Well, morning everybody. Welcome to the swamps of Kentucky. It has been raining and raining and raining for so long. And not just here in Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, regular Virginia, North Carolina. I'm not sure if South Carolina is getting it. I think Georgia's getting it, so I guess maybe South Carolina's getting it too. I mean, we've all been sopped in. How wet is it? When I put hay out this morning, the horses were asking me for directions to the Ark, which happens to be in northern Kentucky. It's been rough. It has been very, very rough. Well, it has slowed down a lot of things. That's just the way it is. I mean, there's only so much you can do when the ground is sopping, wringing wet, and there's no end in sight. And I know you're hearing the rain up on the metal roof because I'm on my front porch. But I wanted you to see the horses. Well, you can see Honey. You can't see Deeza. Deeza's on the other end of the shelter. They've got their butts in there, and their heads are sticking out either end. But they're both in the shelter. I was out there earlier this morning, and I gave them a whole whack of hay. And so that's where they've been hanging. And a little bit later today, I'll take some more hay out to them. You know, I opted, because the temperatures were supposed to be warmer today, I opted to take the rain sheets off. If I had a barn, I wouldn't have been worrying about rain sheets. But that shelter's not their favorite place. But I think with this rain, it has been. Now, so as you know, I put the straw in the on the ground inside the shelter, so it would help to kind of like solidify it, because I mean the mud is so soft, raining, wet. It's like pea soup. It's that nasty, and there's just like, it doesn't matter where they go. That's the way it's going to be because there has been so much rain. Now, when I had their hooves done not that long ago, because of how wet it was, I asked the guy who was trimming them, okay, how do their feet look? Is there any signs of any issues? And he assured me, no, they're doing good. They're looking really good, both of them. So that's good. Because when you got soggy conditions like this, one of the things I worry about is thrush. But so far, they're doing fine. Okay? Now, the horses are being taken care of. They're not happy, and who is? But, you know. So, what are we going to do? Well, hopefully, the weatherman says, after today, the next 4 days. 4 days in a row. Oh, I can hardly believe it. Sun. The sun will come out and there will be no rain for 4 whole days. Yes! At that time, I'm hoping to take the time to put up my shelter. I have another one of these shelters that's been sitting down there at the bottom of the hill waiting for the weather to clear. I'm going to set that up, and I'm going to get my tools all off the front porch, and I'm going to set up like a shop in that shelter, because I can get that up quick, okay, and I'll go on from there. And at that point, I'll have available easy access and a work surface where I can start getting some more work done around here. Now, I am having somebody build the barn. It's because of all this rain we've been getting, and getting to know the lay of the land and everything. Looks like the barn is going to go right down over here, just below the hill from the cabin. Okay, I don't want it too far from the cabin because, like I said, I'm not a young woman. I gotta have access. Okay, so we're looking at barn for the horses here. There's an area back here where I'm going to build a goat house, and the chickens, I think, are going to go back over there in that general direction. Okay, on the back side of the cabin. That's in theory. But I have not been able to build a chicken coop or build a goat barn or have a horse barn built. Okay, I haven't been able to do it because I can't get heavy equipment in here. I can't get grading done. I can't get lumber milled. Nothing. I can't get anything done because of the weather. That's okay. It'll get done. Hopefully, if the weather holds. This maybe late spring, early summer, hopefully. Get the horses out of there. As you know, my focus, when we did have a few breaks in the weather, my focus was on getting fence set up for the horses so they would not have such a small area. They'd have a bigger area to go into. But even though they have access to that larger area, it is so sopping rain and wet. The last few days, they have not even ventured away from this spot right here. Because they've got an island around the round bale feeder down here, okay, that they've created with all the old hay and everything, and they've got the shelter. So they've pretty much been congregating there. Hopefully, over the next few days, they'll feel a little more comfortable about heading on out, okay? At some point, once I get my shop set up, because I have to get that done, okay? And I still have some cleaning up to do in that lower pasture, and I also have some cleaning up to do in the back pasture. And the back pasture, I'm going to throw some seed down, okay? I have more grass in this lower pasture. The back one, because they had so much in the way of trees and stuff, I want to throw some seed out there. So I'm going to block the horses off from that, and they'll just have the lower pasture. But then once I got those two cleaned up and that one seeded, then I want to work across the creek, get that cleared, and get a fence run for that. There's a lot of things that need to be done, okay? And somewheres in between there, I still have things to do with the cabin, okay? I still have to get running water in, and I still have to get a gray water system set up. We've been managing, okay? Where we were before, we were buying drinking water and cooking water anyway, so that's nothing new for us. We've still been doing that, and we've been using rainwater. Gee, I don't know where we're getting all the rainwater from. Yeah, we've been using rainwater to wash with, okay? And it's been working. You just adjust your schedules to accommodate the weather conditions. But it's been working out, okay? And as a matter of fact, I think every single one of my rain barrels are full. Full and overflowing. Yeah, I apologize for the lighting, but I wanted you to be able to see the horses, okay? And it's just, I've done what I could with the lighting, and there's not too much else I can do because it's cloudy and rainy. Aside from getting the barn built, running more fence, cleaning more pasture, building a chicken coop, building a goat house, setting up fence for goats, and plus stuff that I have to do here with the cabin. We're gonna have to acquire additional livestock. Like I said, I want chickens and the scobies. I'm hoping that I can get the chicken coop built early enough so that I can get chicks. We'll see what's available. You know, I'm really getting a late start with chickens because of the weather, but that's okay because I've been able to scope out some materials There was a certain kind of wire that I wanted to use for a chicken coop, and I found a local source finally, so I don't have to order it online. That was going to be an option if I couldn't find it locally, but I finally found a source locally. They just called it something different than what I did, but when I described it to the woman, she understood exactly. She said, "Oh yeah, we call it this." So there it is. That's price list, and so now I gotta get that, but I can't build it until I get the workshop set up. So hopefully there's still a lot more to do, and there hasn't been a lot of videos because it's been miserable. So, but I've been able to do a little bit of window shopping, sourcing, stuff like that. So, things are coming together. It's just taking a lot longer than I expected. When it comes to materials, okay, people say, "Oh, go on Craigslist and you can get all kinds of stuff." Yeah, no. When I was up in New Jersey, Craigslist, there was all kinds of stuff. Okay, and it was plentiful. Here, no, not so much. I've been looking for free sources of building materials, say, old windows, that kind of stuff that people just want to get rid of, which up in New Jersey, yeah, I could have gotten them just about any day of the week. Down here, no. It's going to be a little more difficult. I'd like to find a used window to use in my chicken coop. Haven't found one yet. I have to use word of mouth around here. So I've been networking. I've met some really wonderful people, and hopefully somebody will come through for me. I just got to put the word out. Okay, look, I'm looking for a window for a chicken coop. Doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be airtight, just has to function, because I want a window in the chicken coop for the winter. Okay, so they get the extra sun. So, and I like natural lighting as much as possible. I'm not planning on running any electric to the chicken coop. No, not doing that. You remember those poles, the tree trunks that I've been saving, the ones that are like that big around? Yeah, I figured out a couple of uses for them. So hopefully you'll be seeing that in upcoming videos. And gee, I don't know what else to say at this point. There's a lot of planning that's been going on. It's boring for videos, but what else are you going to do in weather like this? All I can do is plan and source and see if I can't find something better, and that's what I've been doing. So, anyway, that's what's been going on, people, and I am a little bit behind on my videos. And what can you do? I've been trying to do as much as I can in between raindrops. So, I just wanted to give you this little update. It's not much, I know, but at least you see everybody has been dealing with this weather. There's been some concern about flooding and mudslides. Flooding is not an issue here for me. There's a river not too far to the east of me that is at flood stage, but I'm at the head of a tributary, so there's no danger of flooding. Okay, the worst part is the lower pasture. There's some flooding down there, but that's it. Just it's low ground. We're high and we're not high and dry. We're high and soggy. Okay, we're very soggy. The only other issue that's been talked about on the news locally is mudslides. I don't think we are in danger of that, knock on wood. I haven't done a lot of hill work, so hopefully what we have done with the little bit of excavating that was done early on when we first got here, and I threw out some fescue seed, I'm hoping that's going to be enough to alleviate any kind of, I know the roots really haven't had a chance to get down deep, but I don't think because there's also trees up behind it, I think we're going to be okay. Okay, I really do. I am keeping an eye out, listening, watching, but I think we're going to be okay there. I don't think there's any danger of that. Okay. Washouts on the road, there's been some, but nothing major. So, I think there was a video earlier about the clearing drainage. That has been helpful. That has helped to alleviate a lot of the issues that we were having with washing out the driveway. There still needs to be some improvement, but it's a lot better than it was. So all these things come with time. We got the gravel spread on the driveway, so that's been helpful. It's still not perfect because we only had a small window, but you know it got done as best as it could be done. So that's about it, folks. Don't know what else to tell you at this point. But as soon as I got something else to show you, I'll put it out there. So talk to you later, people.